Year-old basketball wonder has some new moves. Trick shot Titus live from New York, showing off his trick.
You can't teach that. You're a machine. How do you stop this? Oops, I'm sorry. That's how we stop it, Brian. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Little Titus was mainly surprised.
Right, but he was able to bounce back.
He did.
See, here's my feeling. If he could hit 7 straight shots, I'm thinking that he's like 22 instead of 2, so I feel I'll just keep him. He was had the hot hand.
Right. You know, the thing about Titus is he's great at throwing the ball. He just needs to work on catching it at this stage. Right. At this stage, he's not the ball catcher. He's the thrower.
He's 2.
Right.
I know.
And he's fine.
God bless him.
Right.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Goodness. Oh, come on.
No, he's
talking. Does Brian need forgiveness for taking down trick shot Titus? We'll ask Father Jonathan. Will Brian go to confession for the first time in
2
couple
weeks?
Decades?
71.
It's the basketball pass that has everyone talking.
It's got its own music.
It sounds so like negative and bad, but I don't think so. Yesterday on Fox and Friends, we were joined by 2-year-old basketball internet sensation Trick Shot Titus, but then something went a little wrong for Brian.
Titus, you're a machine. You're a machine. How do you stop this? Oops, I'm sorry. That's how we stop it, Brian. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
See, that's Jordan rules right there. That's what happened. He's going to face that when he plays ball.
I don't believe it. All right.
So Brian's taking a lot of heat for this, none of which was created at all. So does he need forgiveness now?
Or does a toss to a 2-year-old that resulted in him crying then, but he actually was smiling later?
For thoughts now, let's go to Cleveland and Fox News religion contributor, Father Jonathan Morris. Father, what do you make of this?
Gosh, you know, and I thought I knew Brian, you know.
You do know Brian.
Generally a good guy, but, you know, I was listening to this on Sirius XM radio. And, gosh, you know, I mean, he's a little kid.
Out of everything you've heard as a priest, this is the worst thing that you've ever... Can't
Brian,
get your head around this?
Brian, don't try to get out of this. Now, you know, I studied graduate studies ethics, and there are three elements to judging the moral act. One is the nature of the act itself. Okay. Hitting a little kid, that's not good. Secondly, Brian, come on, listen. Secondly, the intention. I mean, the intention was obviously evil. No. The intention was obviously evil. He was doing too well. You wanted to test him. He's a little kid now, Brian. Keep that in mind. Thirdly, circumstances that could change that.
And I had to get the rebound.
Brian, I don't know what to say. I mean, the kid was crying.
You always know what to say. How could you not know what to say?
I mean, the kid was crying.
I've never seen this kind of cross-examination in a cable confession.
from Father Jonathan.
Father Jonathan, here's the silver lining in it, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Brian's finally going to come to confession.
Right,
no, I just did.
You know, as serious as I was being, let's be honest, Brian is a great guy, and he can take it, and this is why we're going to have such good fun.
That's right. And I have a feeling that you, Jonathan, were simply being sarcastic. Father sarcasm on this Friday morning.
I certainly hope everyone got that. God loves you, Brian. Keep that in mind.
All right, I'll read that passage where your fingers are.
You're probably familiar with this kid, Trick Shot Titus. He's a 2-year-old we found online. He's very good at shooting basketballs. Well, he made an appearance on Fox and Friends this morning. He hit shot after shot. He was unstoppable until Brian Kilmeade hit him with the ball and made him cry. Oh, shame on you, Brian, you monster. You are a monster personified. And eventually he calmed down. They brought him into the studio, and in what I think is a wonderful lesson for a 2-year-old, encouraged him to exact revenge on his new foe.
Titus, I have a really good idea for you, buddy. Take that ball right now and throw it as hard as you can at that.
Can you throw it to Brian?
Go ahead. Right here.
Oh,
right here.
Throw it?
Right here.
Thanks, Gretchen. That was a good idea. And look how nonchalant you were. I lost my head. You're like, okay, I guess
Eye for an eye.
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So Titus was fine, but you lost your head.
Right, it's okay.
How did they put that back on so quickly?
It's all part of late night television magic.
Are there bolts in the neck like Frankenstein?
Oh,
Funny
my
stuff from
goodness.
Jimmy Kimmel.
That was. The little boy was fine, and so is Brian.
We think he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Well, his dad told us he's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Not suing us or anything. But why would he?
Yeah.
It was a little accident.
We have a lawyer in every hallway. I mean, there's no way we can be sued. Everyone's got their own.
We're protected. All right.
Less than 24 hours ago, when a 2-year-old was hitting shot after shot out on the veranda here.
Do you want to call over Rudy Giuliani for this?
Rudy, come on over.
Mayor, come on over. The mayor, yeah.
Is he seeking a lawyer?
Right.
Does he need a lawyer?
He's got one right here.
First thing, keep your mouth shut.
Sit down right next. Sit down right next.
So you're going to handle my defense here.
I am.
Mr. Mayor, can we watch the footage and you
Okay.
can just tell us?
I've already seen it twice.
You take the other side.
All right. The
what a
child
shot.
is
What a
stunning
kid.
the world.
Take
with
it for the
shot after
Knicks.
shot when suddenly he is whacked in the face by an arbitrary and
Obviously
capricious
self-defense.
man.
Obviously self-defense.
My defense
What did he threaten you? Did he threaten you?
was threatening.
No. Did you believe you were threatened?
Yes,
That's the real.
I believe that.
There it is.
I saw an opportunity to give a child who hit 7 shots in a row, who
whack.
missed his 8th, an opportunity to get back on that streak.
You sure you-
I quickly chucked the ball to his direction, at which time he
Are you
suffered.
sure you weren't jealous about how good the kid was?
Are you turning
Oh, I
on me
forgot.
now?
I'm
You're my defense
I was a
counsel.
prosecutor.
First thing he
Geraldo.
told you
This
was
was,
to not talk.
Your Honor, this
I was
was
a prosecutor
reckless
so
conduct
long, I
on
can't do
Kilmeade's
this.
part. I submit to you that as you watch this shot, watch him. Watch this vicious
I'll
aim
make a
right
deal-
for
I'll
the
make a
child's
deal
head.
for you.
We're cutting a deal?
I'll make a deal.
Can you at least
I'll make a
argue
deal.
with him?
I'll make a deal. What can we get? Limit
I
liability.
want a year, I'll give you 90 days.
How about the fact that on the blogosphere, Brian has been pilloried over the last 24 hours as Brian Kilmeade causes a 2-year-old to cry on TV.
Kimmel had it absolutely right, I think.
This'll
Kimmel really
this'll
did.
toughen the
That
kid
was
up.
great.
Don't worry. It'll toughen the kid up. He'll be ready to play basketball in
Now,
New York.
Wouldn't it be something if this phenom suddenly cannot hit any more baskets? Because of what Brian Kilmeade did.
That's a Seinfeld episode. That's what that is. But my defense has been terrible. I want a mistrial. You turned on me and cut a deal without even defending me.
He told you not to say anything.
I know, but I had to do something. My life
Lawyers
was...
know about lost causes.
It is the pass that got everybody talking. In case you missed it, there you can see young Titus, 2-year-old, a basketball phenom, internet sensation known as Trick Shot Titus. Ball after ball, he makes it. And then something happened. Watch this.
Titus, you're a machine. You're a machine. How do you stop this? Oops, I'm sorry.
That's how we stop it, Brian.
I'm sorry. Oh, my God.
Okay,
See, that's Jordan rules right there. That's what happened. He's going to face
Titus
that
got
one.
bopped in the nose and started crying live on international television.
Right.
But when you shoot like Shaq, I understand. You expected him to just be able to catch the ball like Shaq would as well. But now some of our Fox and Friends staff terrified of Brian. So is that normal or nuts? Joining us now, psychiatrist and Fox News contributor, Dr. Keith Ablow. You know, Dr. Ablow, you've been here in person many times. You join us via satellite many times.
Now we know why.
We've had to lay down on the couch because we all have issues. None has ever come to this magnitude.
No, none before, but that's why I've hung in there, because it takes a while for people to tell us who they are. And if you're a violent person, you can seem quite normal for a long time.
So what is your reaction to this whole thing?
Well, listen, Brian, here's the thing. I would encourage you, the next time I'm in, we'll have you lie down on the couch. You'll tell me about the 2-year-olds in your life that you have some inner hostility about. Preschool, what happened to you? Were you attacked by a more talented ball player? Taking revenge in this way is no answer, my friend.
I didn't take revenge. I didn't go to preschool. I went right to kindergarten.
Dr. Keith, he was simply...
What happened in kindergarten? Listen, now we're getting someplace. We're at kindergarten.
Did
That's
everything I was
good.
supposed to do. There was no problem there.
Unfortunately, Dr. Keith, here's
No
the
problem,
thing.
no problem. You got to stay after school at my psychiatry school.
There you go. Unfortunately, because this happened on a TV show, a number of the people who work on the show, we understand, are a little scared. We've got an email from about terrified producer number one, who says, this incident with Brian has me shaken. I no longer feel safe going to work without a helmet. I stick close to walls and peek around corners, looking out for Brian, just praying that he won't be there with a basketball. Am I normal or am I nuts?